excuse me. Stomach. Oh, 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 oh. Put that back up later. I've got a little bit of time. Where's my square? Hello, good morning. Afternoon. I keep doing that, don't I? It's like annoying, I know. Hello, Sonia. Jane. That's all I've got now. Sarah. Malcolm. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Alexa, play Classic FM.
Getting Cough 98 from Fire TV.
Don't want that. Alexa, play Classic FM.
Getting Cough 98 from Fire TV.
No. Alexa, stop. Can't speak, it's not listening to me. Having it. Alexa, play Classic FM radio.
Classic FM from Global Player.
And in the meantime, you choose the soundtrack, your requests.
Alexa,
Text.
level 2.
World's greatest music, Classic FM.
If you can hear that, it's too loud because I'll get shot. Good afternoon. Oh. Alexa, level 1. Good afternoon, everybody. Am I on time? I hope so. Yeah, that nice weather. I'm going to go and plant myself in the ground and see if I'll grow anymore. It's absolutely rubbish weather here, just so you know. It's tipping it down, but it's that fine weather, you know, hi P, you know, the fine rain. Hi Sarah. Sarah's been naughty. You know that fine rain, Peter K would shout, get him in, it's spitting, get him in. That. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh, well, I'll make you feel worse if you're watching me on your sofa. Oh, a big shout out to Cassie Anderson as well. It's her birthday as well. She's having a pizza sofa day. Sounds like that's the way to go. I've got terrible gusts of wind. Outside. Just gusts. Yeah, I've got terrible gusts of wind. Ooh, Mrs. Right. I've got my pencil. I've got my protractor. No, my compass. I always get the two. Can't wait for your love items to come. That sounds rude. You love items. You mean the love collection? I hope that's what you mean. It's not 9 o'clock. Hello, Alex. Sticky rain, Liz. Sticky rain. Hi, Bran. Hi, Jan from Bradfield. Les Beans. Linda. Soggy Sussex. Sheila. Sheila's waiting for her love items to come. Oh dear. That's when the Popeye laugh comes out. Sorry. Oh, I've got an hair in my eye. It's annoying me. You know when I've got like a fine hair and it's like, where is it? Where is it? Catch this thing. Right, well, can't wait to show it. Well, I'm in the process of... Oh, I was losing all my balls yesterday. So, anyway, yeah, let's get a moodling. I think the moodling, we've done so well. I'm just amazed at everybody's techniques and everybody's style. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Anne. Hi, Sally. Try and join me, but try and join this because I'm not in my room yet. Hi Trish, hi Deb, Denise, Sandy, Liz, Val, Roz. Hi, Jan Matthews. Hello, how are you, my lovely? Right, well, I'm in a moodle. You know what I mean? I'm in the mood for a moodle. Oh, daily dose. Are you in for a mindful moodle? Are you in the mood for a mindful moodle? Hello, Kat. How are you doing? Colin, hi. Hello, Colin. Hi, Mucker. Yay, I bet that was from Colin. Anyway, I've got a lot coming up. Tomorrow I've got 2 shows for Pen Art, and I'm just absolutely loving them. Absolutely loving them. Love. And that's, you know what I'm like with Miss Reedy stuff. Love it. So I've got all them tomorrow. Hi, Sharon. Great yesterday. There it is. I've got it. It's there. That's that. Hiya, Jenny. Sorry. Man, all these people who are new, I'm sorry, I don't always act like this. It's just got an air and I'm just trying to grab it. It's stuck in my eye and I've got it now. Anyway, yeah, Sharon did a great live yesterday. Hi, Sonia. You just click on the how do you get in the room. I'm not staying long because I've got lots to do, because I've got lots of drawing. Oh, Jenny started first one. Right, okay, chat. Can't chat because it annoys people. I know. Because if they've come to Moodle and all you do is chat, you get annoyed with them, don't you? You're like, oh, shut up and get on with it. So I thought, just shut up and get on with it. So anyway, yes, I've got some... Oh, love it. Right, anyway, I thought what we could do is, as normal, let's do a Moodle for a change. And I thought what we could do is just do, again, shapes. If you want to put in some words then that's cool. You can do so. If you wish to just keep it really simple, you can do that as well. The option's yours. I just need to go and get my heat gun. I knew I forgot something. Right, where is it? There it is. Right, okay. So I'm going to get my heat gun because I'm going to need this. So I'm just plugging my heat gun in. I'm not ignoring you. Yeah, I'm in a sombre mood, but not a bad mood, a sombre mood. I'm not all giddy. I am, look at them colours, they're luscious. I'm not in a giddy mood. I'm not putting that on there because if I do, it'll all crinkle. It's dropped down. Anyway, I had my first meeting this morning at 8 o'clock. So you can imagine, I've been up since, I think I got up about 6 doing stuff. I was awake early. And I need to moodle now. I need to sort of just chill. I need to get... It's getting to the point where I don't think I can do without these now. I mean, I tried to get rid of them not rid of them, but I tried to not do one. And I think, well, what's happening? Do I need one? And then when it comes down to it, I check it out and I think, sorry, light's flashing in there. I think I really do need one. And whether it's doing this or whether it's sit down doing a bit of crochet or listening to a bit of music or just being in a room with other people, as loud as you want, as quiet as you want. I think that's that interaction that we're missing. We need to keep that up, whether it be via this, but it's getting more and more popular, this, so I'm happy about that. And I've been able to put all the links of all the products that I'm using today so that if you can go, it is an affiliate link, so it does help me, very much so, thank you. You know, and whilst I'm doing this, I am not getting paid or I am not being asked by anybody to do it, and I'm certainly not sort of trying to push anything on you in any way. You do what you do. I'm just giving you ideas. So I've got some news. I'm not going to start going on, oh, I've got exciting news. I have got a lot of new things coming up. I can't really discuss them because if it all goes pear-shaped, then what's the point of me telling you that? It'd just be like, why do you tell us that? Oh, I'm glad, Jan. I'm glad. Thank you. Thanks, Liz. Right, we've got the lovely Liz on at weekend. She's doing it. Hi, Marja. Right, so I'm going to do real simple line doodles with a bit of circle thrown in. And I'm going to keep it quite simple today. Because when I did the Doodle Moodle yesterday, Moodle Doodle, it was very, very busy. And although I loved it, don't get me wrong, I just thought, I don't want it to be that busy today. Can I find it? Can I hit? Excuse me. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. Can I find it? No. I think I took it back upstairs. Oh, hang on. Got it. So, just to show you, I went in my little room. What it is after the show. Yeah, after the programme, whatever this is, live, I go into the room, and the room's in my group on Jammers, which is Junk Journals, Mindful Mixed Media Art. We call it Jammers for short. And I go in there, and I sit in there for half an hour or an hour or two, and then people join me. I think there's only 8 or 10 allowed at once, so if you don't get in, you know, you maybe still hear us, but you can't join in conversation. And we can all see each other, and we finish our work. So this is the one I finished from yesterday. So it goes that way. I mean, I left that there because I quite liked it, but you can see all the moodling, doodling, shapes, patterns and forms. Okay, this is the one from the day before, which is more subtle, the colours. That's very bright. But these are the liquid watercolours by Pentart, which I'm in love with. They're a bit more subtle, although bright and vibrant. They're not as bright and vibrant as them. But I'm in love with dyes. I've always have been in love with dyes stuff. So that's Dye Reeve, the link's there. So let me see if I can pull this chair forward. Sorry, I've got to hook my legs round here. Oh God, what am I doing here? Ooh, the lights go. Ooh, it'll be like, oh, don't do that with us. Don't do that. That's a bit dangerous. I'm trying to put the light on you, and it's like an interrogation light. Do you know what I mean? So I'm trying to pull you. Right, okay. Right, okay, let's see. What's wrong with this today? It's playing silly buggers. Right. Yes. Right, what I'll do is that better, Phil? Is that better? Or am I getting this? Oh, it's me. I'm causing it. I'm causing the shadow. Right, how's that? So I've got an A4 sheet. You don't need an A4 sheet. You can have a square sheet, whichever you prefer. So all you need is a sheet of paper. You need a compass or a pencil of some description. A bit of tissue. These are the brushes that I use. This is for a wash. I use a Whopper for my washes, which is a mad brush. It's massive, but we don't need one of them today. This is a number 12. And this is a number 8 and a number 4. And they go in, increments of 2. And those tend to be the ones I use, because they're quite good. These are by Van Gogh. And I'll try and put a link onto them, but you can't always get these, so that's why I don't put the link on. These pens that I use are very good. You get micro pens and all that, but the pens that I mainly use for my drawing and my writing and all this are my Secura. I use all these Secura, my jelly rolls, my markers, the souffles, and then the Secura micron pens, which are permanent, and you get them in a range of 003, 005, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the numbers denote the size of the nib. So it all depends on what you want to draw. I am using Dye Reeve's Dilution inks. I'm using some Pentart liquid inks and some watercolours if you so wish. And I'm going to try these tomorrow, which are the transparent pigment dispersion inks from Pentart. And these are for putting into products to make all your products really strong coloured, like your gel mediums. I've never tried these before. I'm trying them later. So watch your space. So, okay, let's see where you can see now. I'm very conscious that light's in the way, so sack that. It's a bit too near. Let me turn the light back a bit. Because I know when I'm looking at this, all I tend to do is see the light. I don't want you to do that. Another thing I want you to maybe have a look at tomorrow are these chameleon paints, because these are stunning. There's these, and then there's the chameleon waxes, which are absolutely... And can I just say, these aren't with terps, these are with orange oil. Oh, they're stunning, absolutely stunning. And when I start, I've not finished painting this, so I shouldn't do this. Oh! Oh, look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. And it smells lovely. Some of them stink. Some of them don't. Some of them stink. So, the chameleon paint have got two-tone. Right, okay. Now, is that light? Oh, it's still there, isn't it? Never mind. Sack it. Sack it. It don't matter. Right, okay. We've got a smooth side and a rougher side to this. So I thought we could use the whole thing and just do a pattern like we did. So far, we've done quite, directed patterns. We're going to do a directed pattern today, but it's going to be quite simple. So I'm going to keep this on here. However, I have got another pencil that I can use. Do you know what? I really look forward to coming on here. And that's not just saying it, I really do. And it's like tomorrow I've got a show. But I'll be coming on here after the show. So I'll be coming on here after the show, and I'll be coming on, there we are. I would really advise mechanical pencils. I have got drawing pencils, but when I'm drawing out, I tend to, because I don't have to sharpen them. This one, I found it, and it's a 2B, and it's a Faber-Castell, and this is nice because when my fingers really hurt, then you can see the twisting a bit now. I can grab that with no problem, so I really like that. And it looks like a love heart from the top, doesn't it? Anyway, enough of that. So, okay. Got my pens ready. Oh, I don't need that. Why do I need it? I don't need all them on there, do I? Right, okay. I'm going to do... If that light is annoying... Is it annoying? Yeah, it is so annoying. It's so annoying. I can't be doing with it. If I know it's there and it's annoying me, God knows what it's doing for you. So I'm just going to whiz it over. That's better. You can still see it, I know, but it's not as bad. So, I hope you can't hear the music, because if you can, I'll get in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble anymore. Right, okay, so is that better? Yes. Right, okay, so let's go for it now. Get a piece of paper, and all we're going to do is we're going to do our drawings where we're not worried about anything else but just enjoying it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I do have a rubber ready. I keep my pens. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that hair, and I'm just going to do some lines that... So I hope you can see that. Right, so simple lines. So this is going to be all about the decoration. I reckon we probably could get 2 or 3 done today if we're doing this. So the first thing I'm going to do is then just draw like that. Can you see him? Now, if you can keep your paper still and just draw off, that helps as well. So I'm drawing circles. Circles within the spaces. It's very addictive. Very addictive, this. It's very, 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 very calming. I feel totally at peace with myself for a bit. Not for a lot, but just a bit. So I'm going to draw in some extra lines like we did yesterday, where we're not being central, we're just drawing in lines. And then, so for instance, if I do it here, oops, I'm just going to draw that one there, and then just draw that one going to it. Do you get me? So I'll cross that line, and then maybe some smaller ones. And then I think I need a massive one here. See, it's all building up now. You're building up pattern, shape, form. This is how we used to teach it in school. Pattern, shape and form. It's really important that you sort of get the kids to understand about balance and shape and how you can create wonderful patterns just with using very simple products, very simple implements, and the main one being if you use your imagination, job's a good one. Quite like that shape there, so I might. Right, so okay, what we've done now is we've got a real. This is I'm liking this already. I'm liking this already. So what I'm going to do is going to get my pen now. I'm going to use a 0.5, and this is a medium-sized pen. And what I'm going to do is just draw the centre line. So you don't be neat. Try and keep your pen moving. Lift your arm off your table, and just let the pen move. If your hand is on the table, you can only do that. If it's off, you can do that. So if you keep your hand on the table, that's for really delicate work. This, arm off the table. Now, another piece of advice is get a piece of scrap, right, and come off so that it doesn't look like disjointed when you try and join. I'll do it again for you. So here, it's harder when you go in sort of onto it, but you get the drift. So here we've gone off the lines, but don't worry about that at all. Then we go up now we're going this. I'm going to just keep my pen more fixed. So less of the arm movement from the shoulder and more of the arm movement from the wrist. So you can move your paper as well. You see it's more controlled. Don't worry, please don't worry about going over your lines, because my favourite bit comes in a minute where we rub them out. Now, mindful moodling, I get asked this, what is moodling? Well, moodling means aimlessly doing something. So if I put mindful in the beginning of it, it means like there is a purpose. And I think moodle is like mood doodles, and that's the way I see it. There might be other forms of it, but it is a verb. It is a verb. So can you see how I didn't like that at first, but now I've joined that, I quite like it. And the idea, the whole ethos or whatever it is you want to get from it is me time, spending time doing what you want to do, just what you want to do, just moodling, just doodling, using colour, doing the stuff we like doing, which is doodling. We all loved it as a kid. Some people now, they still say they don't like doodling, but if you caught them on the phone, 9 times out of 10 they'd be doodling. So I'm just going over the patterns I've formed with my compass and with my pen. Now a number 5 is brilliant. You can get them in packs. You'll be able to see on the link that I provided that you can get them in packs. You can get them in separate sizes. Craftstash do them all. So I'm happy with that at the moment, but it still looks a bit... So this is the best bit. Woohoo! I will do another one of these because these are just stunning. Right, can you see now? what I'm going to do is, which I've not been doing recently, but I was looking, you know, when you look back at your work and you think, right, how can I improve that? Because you should always do that with your work. How can I improve it? What does it need? And it doesn't mean that you say, oh, it's rubbish because. You say, oh, I like that. How about? And there's a big difference between that and saying something's not good. You can just say, always say something positive about something. If you just say something negative, then that's not productive at all. So if you want to say, like, you didn't say you didn't like the shapes, but the colour was good, you can say, I really like the colour in that. If you like certain aspects, pick those up. Don't pick on the negative, pick the positives. And then you can say something like, what about trying is better than, oh, I think you need that. There's a big difference in the way you say it, isn't there? So, right. Oh, got plenty of people there watching us, over 100 today. Right, I'm just going to put in here a wibbly wobbly line that sort of echoes the shape, like that. Now, normally I'd go crossy over it, but I might do in a bit, but I'm not doing it here with the second one. I normally do that with the second and then the third, but I want to keep the divisions. What I might do is crossy, whatever it is, with the circles. Right, okay. So I love, do you know what? Sometimes it just goes right and sometimes it goes really not right. And I love this already. I love it already. Daft that, innit? Right, oh, I've missed a bit, look. Right, okay. So let's look at this now. We can do crossy lines. I like the way that, just let me check this though, because would that, I don't, this is the only problem when you take your blooming compass off. Thought so. Can you see it just looked a bit disjointed? Now I can see that it comes back to that. Right, this could be for your writing. This could be for anything you want. And this could be just for nothing. Now, I'm going to try something just to show you. I'm going to see what it looks like with one of my wibbly wobbly lines. See, that's not... Now, I think if I stick to the wibbly line on the inside, I'm liking that. So, the wibbly wobbly line there. Oh, too much. Or do we leave it? No, I like it. Not going to put too much on though, because I go overboard with everything. Right, I'm liking that. So, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to change it from a 5 to a 3. And then it's going to be a lot softer. See how it changes? So I'm not loving this bit here. It looks a bit confusing, so I'm just going to do something a bit... There we go. Right. See, now with those lines, it looks so confusing. However... So, I'm going to start now with I'm going to start with a 3. Are we doing all right? Are we doing? Joy, Sam. Are we doing okay, guys? Louise, Gwen, Julie, Christina. Hi, Patty. Hi, Marjorie. Karen. Are we doing all right? Thank you, Jane. Good, good, good. I'm seeing some nice little faces there. Right, so I'm just going to fill in some areas of this to give myself some sort of... And I always start with my good old hatching because I don't think you can go wrong with this. So I'm just going to put it in areas. I'm using a 3 and I'm just... Okay, so I've got one there, maybe one here. And rather than you trying to twist yourself around, and you want to keep your, your lines perpendicular, move your paper. The amount of people I see really struggling. Now, let me just show you here. Just here. Can you see I've made a right codswallop there? So, by adding this in now, it looks like part of it, doesn't it? So, I've got another little codswallop there. So, I'm going the opposite way. So, don't ever think that... See here, I've got a big... I don't know what that is. It's in paper. It looks like a bogey. And I'm just going to do a ziggy-zaggy line now. It disguises it. Don't get rid of it. Disguises it. I'm not worried about getting rid of it. So, I might do it. What did I do? That other one that was nice. Oh, yeah, that way. So, that way. It was like a herringbone. Not quite, but you get the drift. So, you see now we've got some depth happening here. Now, the one thing I don't do, which I'm going to do today, is I'm going to add some black areas. Because I think... You see here, right, here's another one, look. I mean, you see where... Oh, where's it gone? I've just been using... Where's it gone now? Hang on, bear with me. I'm just looking at this now, so... But I can't find it, but there's one that's got all... Oh, here we go, lines here. See? So I can make that part of it. Gone. See? So, and again here. Even though that's not part of that, I can make it. Because that's something else I was thinking about. There's nothing to stop you carrying on some of these shapes so that they go into the... Like that. So they go in and out of the first layer. And I just thought, this is something I was doing yesterday when I was looking about. Yeah, some black space, because I think I'm missing out on some black areas. Now, not a lot, because I think if I start putting too much black on, it's overpowering. Now, let's go for it. Right. Okay, so we've got our shapes. How are we doing? Is everyone all right with our shapes? Hi, Carol. Another Louise. Great name, that, isn't it? Tons of you. Tons of you. You're all great. So, what we've got is some simple lines. Now, I'm looking at that and thinking... I go over the top. I don't care. I'm going to put in some wibbly wobbly lines. And by wibbly wobbly lines, I'll show you on this one up back. This is me designing stamps and things. So wibbly wobbly lines, we've got a basic line like that. And then a wibbly wobbly line would follow the same sort of contour, but it'd be wibbly wobbly. You get me? So we've got interspersing lines that look slightly different, like that there. So we've got spherical wibbly wobbly. So in between these, I'm going to put a wibbly wobbly one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. It sort of cuts it up, you see, and brings that element into that, but not too much of it. So here, in the background. Now I'm going to draw that in. I'm going to use a 3 again. Try and keep the feel of the shape. So like here. Somebody asked me is how do you start something like this? Well, you don't start it, it sort of happens. And then if you're dedicated and loyal and you really work hard, and it is hard because, it's taken years to get the group together, to get ideas down to, I never thought anything. I was like worried to death when I left teaching. Not that I'd left teaching, but worried, what do I do now? And it's hard work. But I must admit, don't be too pushy. And the reason I say that is because have you ever been in a shop and the minute you walk in, somebody's like, can I help you? And you're like, no, and off you go. And that's what I mean, is if you're too pushy, you know, but if you're dedicated, do your hard work, you get noticed because you get noticed. Simple as that, because people out there looking what you do and they're like, wow, you know, she's dedicated, she does this, she does that, and it is noticeable. So to those people that have asked me, it's pure dedication and hard work. And be truthful. If you find that you're inspired by someone, you say it. Oh, don't do that either. You say it, you don't sort of pretend that it's your idea, because that's not good for anybody, ever. Especially the person who's made it. That's terrible. So you always need to give a nod to the designer. Right, now, a little bird told me, she'll go mad now, a little bird told me that she bought these paints, so, and she likes them as well, so I'm really happy about that. So I'm going to be using a mixture of colours. I'm going to be using, what's this one called? Camp Teal. So the first one I'm going to put in is a bit of this, and I'm only going to put it on one edge. Now don't forget, have your heat gun ready. Right, I'm going to now use, these are from the Works, and they're alright for washes, but that's all. They're not great, I must admit. So if you want to create a wash, these are alright. I tend to find that these sort of fall apart when I'm using them, but I do abuse paintbrushes, so that's not really the paintbrush's fault, is it? So all I'm doing is just blending to the other side, trying to get a really nice, like, almost, I suppose the colour denotes what impression it gives you, and that's like almost sea, isn't it? So we've got our, and it doesn't matter which way it goes, because you can make it go any way you want. So while it's still wet, I'm just going to drop in here, near the edge, more of the darker blue, the Camp Teal, sorry, and then this way, because it's already wet, it should capillary action, travel along where it's already wet. I do like these Royal & Langnickel. I've got loads of those. I do like them. And I do love my Royal Talons as well. So if you can, and get yourself a good set. You only need them, and keep them clean and keep them washed and keep them, you know, even I condition mine. I've got my sable one from 40 years ago and they're still strong, but they were made from hair, so, but they don't do that anymore. Well, I don't buy them anymore that they do them. They still do it, but they're extremely dear. I think it's Kolinsky Sable or something. It's very dear. But there again, I wouldn't buy paintbrushes just for the hair. I mean, I bought them when I first started, and there wasn't such a feeling about it. But now we understand a little bit more. I don't think it wasn't that we didn't care. It's just that I don't think we were as educated. How are we doing? Have I lost loads of people? Are we getting less and less now, or what? Or are we're getting people? Right, I've got 2 blues. How's that looking for you guys? Is it looking all right? Is it bright? Is it boring? Is it? Give us a thumbs up. Do you know what? And on out. Don't start me, because I will get upset. But do you know what? Marcia. Oh, here we go. Right, calm down, Louise. Right, Marcia said to me, who's like Marcia and Andrew Moore, I was so lucky to meet them a year ago, and they're now on the team, and she said to me this morning, how about us making a Moodle folder? And I absolutely love the idea, but then I got really upset because it was a bit a bit sad really. I'm really sad like that, but I just couldn't help but be like so overwhelmed by how much work that you've all done. And people who've just come in the room, Sue, I mean, that's amazing. People who've never ever chatted to other people, people who've never drawn in their life, people who've never moodled in their life, people who've no intention of ever drawing and who've picked up a paintbrush or a pencil or a colouring crayon and they're doing this. And do you know what? Oh, I couldn't be more proud of you. I really couldn't. It really, really does get to me, that. So each time you just put on at the edge the colour and bring the water to it and then bring it down, and then that way what's happening is you're getting a nice sort of blend down, and then you can add to it. If you put one colour on, you get a strong feel of colour and no light, and I'm very much preferring it this way. I mean, I can drop some colour in. I'll show you just on one area here. Just one area. I'll just drop a little bit of colour in here and have it to there. But keep it to the line, and then let the water blend it, and then you've got, you know, light and dark. And this is brilliant because this makes something look really three-dimensional. But keep changing your water. I'm sorry, I should show you. Keep drying your brush off and keep changing the, because you're actually, you don't want the colour on your brush, you want water on your brush. Right? Is that looking all right? Can you even see it, guys, or what? Catherine's asked to come on screen. Woo! So can you see how you get, and each time you just add a little bit less nearer to the line that you're drawing or colouring, and you get this wonderful. In fact, I'm going to finish it now. So the colours I'm using are all Dilutions, and they're all on the affiliate link that I've got there. Yeah, and it does help me. It really does. Because I don't charge for these or anything. However, I'm so excited. I just can't hit it. In fact, I'm going to do this on the other one now. See what I mean? If you don't know and you're not too sure about something, always try it on a doodle. So I would get this and I'd say, right, okay. Oh, just while that's still, if I leave that now, it'll stay as a line more. So you have to be pretty fit. Right, can you see? So what I would do is get a bit of colour there and just drop the colour into that and let it blend out a little bit more. So even if you think, oh no, it's too dark, just drop a little bit of colour in. Keep doing that with your brush. Take the excess off. Can you see it blends in? Quite like that. Right, if you don't know what it's going to be like, you must try this on your paper. So get the paper that you're working on and then just blend it and see. Can you see how this paper is very different to that paper? See how different it is? So the activation on that is it's going to be very different. So I've got my main colour in there. Now let's go for it. I'm going to do, what colour is this? I can't read it. So Alexa, off, please. It's like a pub drinking song, that. Right. So blend it out. Can you see now I've got that line? I don't like that at all. Now, if that's too bright for you, just take the edge off, but now you've got that horrible line. Can you see it? So now what we do, when we go back to this, drop it in, take it a bit further out, blend, there we go, it's gone. See? And then we can just drop in the colour. I'll do it again here to show you. So we've got that line, you get the colour, drop it in, See, that's a little bit thicker. It needs a bit more. So, a bit more. Drop it in. Get it over the line. Bring the line out. That's better. Too much water on. And then let it dry. So we've got lots... Oh, it's splattered everywhere. So we've got lots of nice colour. Now, I do like to... I know I've only got it in 2 areas, but I do like to sort of pick 3. So this one is quite a thick one. So I'm not going to do much blending on this. Just a little bit. Like that. I'm telling you, it's very surprising. Well, it's not to me, but it will be to you. How surprising that your paper will have a real impact on your paint. So it's like the colour weekend we've got. We've got a colour weekend coming, a masterclass in colour. This is number 1 on Sunday, which is just, it's in between my the Chanda shows. Oh no, it's before my Chanda shows, which is good, because now they've changed it again. I changed my workshop because they changed my days, and I've had to change it again, and now they've put it back to where it was on the same day. So luckily I can still carry on at 12. So here we've got these 3, maybe that little bit here just to kill an area. Right, now I've got pencil there. If you don't rub out the pencil, it will stay automatically underneath your colour. So what you need to do is make sure that everything you want to stay is there, and everything you want rubbing out has gone. Otherwise it will stay there, because you can get rid of it, but it'll take the first layer of paint away, paper away. So now I've got the wonderful Sunshine, which is one of my favourite colours, and it's got to be, I don't blend out much on this, I must admit, but because I just love the colour. But I will do here, I'll just put it to there. Clean your brush, because you've just had pink and I don't want oranges yet. Just going to add a little bit of water to that to blend that one out, and then I'm just going to create an ombre in the middle. So instead of doing it from top to bottom, it's just going to go from here. So I might want to just drop a little bit of colour in and blend it out. So we got that one. Let's try and stick to the threes. It helps. Doesn't have to be. You do whatever you want. In fact, I'd go. You know, there's a lot of your work that it's so nice in the fact that you've been able to leave more white space, and not just white space, but you know, less sort of visible, less darker areas, and it's stunning. So I've learnt a lot from you. So I'm just going to go around the outside edge with this one, just to do what I did with the pink and the blue, to darken that and let it blend. And you can start to see now, you'll get, some will gradiate. There we go. And again, this is looking a bit dodgy here, so I'm just going to darken. And that's why I'm saying about it's always best to layer and dry, because if you don't, you're just mixing. Layering is not mixing. You know, layering is one colour on top of the other, or something on top of the other. Mixing is mixing it to it, so you can't really get what you want doing that. So I'm looking at this now, and I think I'm going to stick with the wibbly wobbly ones. And if you've got Eureka line, pens, inks, whatever you want, I'll switch to one of those in a minute. It's so simple, because all you do is get your pen and scribble on here. I haven't got one with me, they're all over there. I'll get one though, because it's to show you. If you've got your Eureka line or your koi, the Secura are there. I've not put the Eureka line on, but I will tomorrow at some point. So if you get your koi water brushes or your Secura, or your Pearly Winks do brilliant things with these as well. So you get that, and you want to add a little bit of orange to this. put it out on here. I'm just conscious that I'm a bit low here now. And then add it. So I can mix now these colours directly. Because that's already damp, it's going direct to it now. So I'll just show you again here. So all those colours you've got that you think, well, how do I mix these? Here's the answer. So again, now I don't know how this is going to work. If it don't work, there's no problem. So I'm just going to put a bit there, straight direct onto it. Now you see, it don't really like that, but if I do that, it's done. That's better. We're going to need a little bit more, I think. And this is all exciting, this, because you learn about the papers you're using, the brushes, the pens, all these things you learn about that you wouldn't necessarily know about. Can you see that now? It needs a bit of a blend there. My advice is to use it when it's wet. Use it when it's dry, because I'm finding that you're going to get this really strong line, which is good. But so that's your koi. I'm going to see what happens if I use my Ecoline. So that's my pen straight on. Oh, look at them. They're super duper, them, aren't they? They're made to do this. I've been watching all my Agatha Christie's. Been loving it. Murder on the Orient Express. Miss Marple's. Miss Marple, sorry. Poirot. No, Hercule Poirot. I can't. Oh, well, it's because I'm trying to say it. I can't say it. Right, so I've got some nice colours happening here. I've used all the different ones. I'm going to go ahead with some other colours now. I'm just going to go for it. So purple, don't forget, is a very tricky colour. So if you're going to use purple, then it's always better dried first. Always dry it before you layer it. Otherwise, it will give you a little bit of a colour called mud, which isn't great. So just going to put that there, drop it in. Again, blend how you wish. Put full colour in if you wish, which is like that, or blend. You do whatever you want. So I've got this here, and I think maybe this here would do good. So if you've got a nice line like this, it's so simple to just use this nib to do that. Look how easy that is. Look how easy that is. Pure heaven. When things go right, it's really rewarding. I don't mind them going, well, don't mind if they go a little bit wrong, but not real proper sort of Pete Tong, because unless, well, I suppose the one way of that is you can get out of it and show how to get out of it, but it's not great, is it, for everybody? You know, it's the last thing you want, really. It's for it to all go hits up. Right, so we've got 3 areas there. I might put another one there, actually. And there, that makes it 5. And I'll just do plain colour. This is like grown-up stuff, isn't it? Grown-up colouring in. Not... Have you heard it? Gust of winds. I love orange on colours because I just think you've got this wonderful vibrancy that you don't normally get with other colours. So I've got a red, and I've got a green, and a blue, and I don't know, I've got them all. We can use browns and all sorts of colours. All sorts. Get them all out. I haven't got a clue what some of these are, so you'll have to bear with me. Right, I'm going to go with a bright orange now. It's got to be done. And I'm going to go with maybe 5 small areas of full colour. Right, this might start to pool now because I've just squeezed it. So if it does do that, just don't be worried too much. Just wipe it off on a piece of kitchen roll. When we're doing the workshop, when you're trying it all out yourself, it's amazing when you start using simple colours and you think, oh, look at that next to that, look at that next to that, and you're like, wow. And it works for all the different things, like I say, jewellery, anything that you're going to use colour on, it works on. I'm just going to put a tiny bit there to show you the contrast of that, which is stunning. That's pooling, so I'm going to wipe it off. And I think that's going to be my main colour on this here now, is just to bring in that contrast of hot and cold. And there we go. Oh, I'm liking that. So drop in some colour there. Right, okay, that's a bit stronger now, but I don't care because I really like that. So I'm going to go in with London Blue. This is very much like that, so what I'm going to do is go back to Royal Blue so it changes it, because if I don't, it's, see how that's pooling now, I've got to be a bit careful, I've just squeezed it. Now when you get that, oh, so this is a strong colour. Might need a new pen actually, because it looks like it's getting a bit blobby. Right, so I'm going to do some blending on this one. Right, so where's my brush gone? There it is. So it's quite strong, so I'm just going to blend it down. It's just starting to, capillary reaction, just starting to pull up there, but I'm not too worried because I quite like that. So now I'm going to go in with green. And blend this out again to get some nice difference in colour. Layer it up whilst it's still wet. Drop the colour back in. This next to that will bring it, you know, quite bright. I think we need a bubble there, and I might leave a lot more white this time. So, royal blue, blues, the colours. Oh, we've got like a pinky pink. Is that the same as that? Yeah. Just going to put some more on here. Now, when you use magenta and blue, or teal and blue, teal and magenta, sorry, you get a wonderful violet. So what I'm going to do is just add maybe here a little bit of this, and then blend it out. It's not finished, don't worry. And a little bit of the teal that I was using, if I can find it. And that, like I said before, it's best if you keep out the colours that you've used. Where's the camp teal? Where's it gone? I have to use the... I'll use a bit of this, see what happens. So this is the polished jade. And already the green. It's changed colour already, can you see? Yeah, you've got this, and that's the printer colours as well. You know, when you're using printer colours, they use a different format. So we've got a really dark one there. The purple's there, it's a bit too much. So what I might do is, we've got a yellow, so I might blend a yellow with, no, that's not the one I want. A yellow here with a green there. So if I just put the yellow there, I know it's very much like the orange there, but I'm going to blend it, hopefully it'll change. So just a little bit of water to bring it down. And then I'm going to drop in the like a lime green here. Not supposed to use these like this, but I don't care, because I want to use them. I don't want to sort of keep them in cupboard. You're supposed to sort of blend them how I do on the mat like this, which is probably better. But I'm introducing like a limey colour now. Can you see how strong that one was and how light this is? So it doesn't work as much when it's wet, look. So you need to let it dry more. So here I need something like my cut grass, or I need the olive. Olive is what's that one? Oh no, too dark. That one. There it is, olive. I love olive. Just show you the colour. I do it here. I love olive because it's a yellow. It's a yellow green. So it's not too heavy. It's nice and bright. So you can add more on it if you want. Oh, did you see that? Could have been a right crop of that. If that happens, get rid of it. Oh, that could have been a right. Carry on. Now, one of the things about doing this is if you're doing it with the kids, it gets them to understand about tone and text, well, and layering, and they get the idea that, you know, colour looks great, but you have to make sure it's in the right place and blah blah blah, and It's a really good format for them to use. Just going to use a dark blue. This is called Juniper, but it's another brand and I can't remember which one, so I do apologise. So I've got a little bit of this dark coming in here. And I'm leaving, I think, the rest of it. Little parts are going to be white. I'm just going to go through with the lines. So. I'm going to make that into that because it's such a small area. Right, I'm happy with that. Got some nice white areas. Give it a good dry now. How are we doing? Oh, we've dropped down, have we? You see the dimples? That means it's wet. Right, I'm going to do something a little bit different now. Right, just going to leave that a second. What I've done is I've just flicked some water on it, and there's a reason for that. I just want to get some little pockets of different colours. And by doing that, you're just going to lift not a lot. You won't lift a lot because it's had time to dry. I've dried it in between. So I'm just going to lift little bits of colour. It might not lift any, but it just lifts little bits. And you can keep doing till you're happy. But you'll see it more on the darker colours. And then if you've got like a few that are like this one here, I don't like that. What I would do with this is get a little bit more blue and just blend it in so that it's not as obvious. Don't like that one. And then blend that in there. Because the colours will drag over. There's nothing you can do about it. So you've got to embrace it rather than get annoyed with it. How are we doing? Oh. Hi Mo, hi Jackie, Liz, Sally, Deb, Melissa, Karen, Sharon, Dawn, Julie, Jackie, Sarah, Margaret. There's quite a few of you. Yep, a lot of people have got to go. Don't worry, you don't have to tell me, honestly. I understand I'm only doing it for an hour, but I always go over. So, Alexa, what's the time, please? See, 1:11. So, what I've done is, I'll carry on for a little minute just to show you because I'm now, it's quite intense with the colours, and I don't want to leave anybody out or, you know, let you down in any way. So what I'll do is I'll start to put a little bit of colour on so you can see. So what I'm going to do is you can use a larger nib or smaller one, it's up to you. How are we doing there? Judith, my river type shapes have disappeared, but still plenty of space to do the ombre. Well, if you do that, it doesn't matter, because you can always go over it with a piece of white paper and stick a piece of white paper over it, can't you? There's nothing to stop you doing that. So don't worry, there's no, you know, hard and fast rules. So here, let's see now, on here, I'm going to put little, because this is a space that can have a lot in, and I'm thinking I like the ones that's got little knobbly bits on the end. It looks like a, and if you sort of stagger the little bits on the end, it's like little flowers growing or not growing, or little lollipops, whatever you want to call them. So I quite like that. So I'll do that there, and I think I'll do it here as well. And if you can't get the lollipop the right size, just do a cross hatch. So this is when, you know, when I was saying about muscle memory and moving your arm from your elbow on the table, that's when you need it there. But when you want to move your arm and you want to get circular movement, a bigger movement, that's when you lift it off. So this is a really good idea of showing you how it looks when you're just working from your elbow down. I always remember, and it was a really good piece of information and advice, is when I was learning to draw, I was learning from an absolutely amazing person. And she said to me something really poignant, and I totally agree with it. She said, it's really important to learn to draw or mark make from the right person who's been taught to do it. The reason is, she said, it's a bit like driving a car and before you pass your test, and your mum and dad take you out and you get all their bad habits. Whereas if you go out with an instructor, you learn the way to do it. That'll pass, but then you can do your own. But you're learning from somebody who's already been through it and can give you all right tips. I'm not saying that they're the ones and they're perfect. No way am I saying that. But what I am saying is, you don't learn as many bad habits when you learn from that. And I thought that was such a poignant thing to say. So I'm using it in a lot of the white areas because I think this is lovely. Some areas I'm just going with one little bobble. Some I'm doing two. Or no, I'm doing three, never two. So there we go. So I've got that now. I've got another space there I could put it in, and I think that makes sense, so that all these spaces are very similar. Shape and pattern. And then I'm just at the bottom, I'm just going to put in some thinner lines near the bottom, and it gives it a bit of shading. There we go, just a little bit of shading. You don't have to do it on them all, just. And then I'm just going to put some doodles in here. Right, so I'm looking at this now, and I'm just going to put circle with a cross in it. So I'll put it in another one. Now I'm just doing like little And don't forget, when I put on here, get my pen. Changes it completely when you start to put on your silver pen, look. You just get a totally different effect. So, you know, this isn't just everything and the be all and end all. So I'm just going to put in little dots like that. Really simply, nothing to it. And then here I'm going to pick these red ones and do the same, so that I don't normally do this. Pick a colour and then do the same in it, but I think for the change I might. So I've got that one and that one, and then I'll use this one. So what I might do is doing more circles. Oh yeah, I like that. So you can see now this is all silver, but you've got this just a little simple line that brings it all out. You can do your little dots on there. Another thing I was thinking is when you get a nice bright colour next to a dark colour that's going to show up this, do your little lines like that. So I've got another dark one and light one. Where here? So here we could just do balls like that. And if you want to, you can just put I can't believe I've got to go out and get some pens. And I've done some dotted lines there, just to create like a little bit of patchwork. And that could be like a little patchwork there. Another one here. So we've got these little patterns that don't really mean anything. They're just nice little tricky patterns that you're enjoying. I think I'll put a line there just to give it a little bit more depth, and then you know, different size circles opposite each other. So we've got that feel. I'll do it again here in the red. So, and then when you've done this with a silver pen or a gold pen, what you can do is go back over it with a black round it, and what it does is it brings a colour, a frame. Yeah, it gives it a frame to the colour. So if I show you now, it might be too wet, but oh yeah, it's still wet, so it might be in my pen. Can you see how that gives that a bit more of a frame? I'll show you around here. And it also, if it goes a bit wrong with your silver and it blobs, then what you can do is just go around it with your black and it gets rid of it. And then what I would do is just have... Right, so we're getting lots of new people every time, and I think hopefully we're on tomorrow before my show. I'll put the links on again. They're not the be all and end all. You can get them other places. You can go to Art from the Art for the wonderful Dilutions. And Ben Reevely is the owner there. Diane's son. So, you know, there's lots of places you can get them. So, yeah, I know I don't charge for these. So when I put my links on, it is an affiliated link. So that does help me. And then I'm just going to put in some thin circles here, there and everywhere along these river lines, which is it's sort of like a framework without being too heavy. I'm hoping that I get to finish this today as well. I've got to do loads of work on my boxes. I've been doing them since Friday because it takes so long to dry. I've got them on the radiator all over the house. It's not a great idea, but needs must. Needs must. Right, and then here we've got the black. Now this was taken off talking to Sander this morning, and he did a little doodle with squares on, so I've nicked that from him. So, nice one. Although he's nicked some of my ideas for the next version of the stamps. I'll have to have a word with him about that. So, anyway, we're down to this. I'm very conscious of the time, so I'm just going to wiggle you up. So, a huge thank you. I don't know what that was. A huge thank you to everybody. I do go on and comment on your work. I do. Oh, I love that. I love that. Let me go through what we've done. I comment on your work as much as I can. I like to see your work because I love to see how you've gone on with your ideas. So, we've done all sorts. We've done... the links are all there. If you go to my page, you can get all sorts of work we've done. We've done the heart. Don't bear in mind these are working with other people's work as well, like Joanne Sharp, Joanne Fink, all sorts of other people. We did this one that we've still got to work on, where each one is a separate page. We've done the bloom. It is hard, you know, when they do it on the telly. We've done the sun, and then the bloom, the house. So, that's Alice. Who's Alice? Mandalas and writing. So that's one that's got to be done. That was a doodle I don't like. We've done a background we've not used. And that's a simple one we've done, but I've got loads of them. I mean, if I was to show you some of my books, I've done it. It's a year now. Been doing it a year. In March, sorry. Can you believe that? When lockdown wasn't as strong, then I sort of didn't do it every day, but I've done it for a year. So anyway, today's, which I really like, in comparison to yesterday's, although I do like them both, I think I'm going to leave more space. Although you're tempted to just go and doodle. That's the one using the pen art inks, which I absolutely love. So, lovely ladies and gents, I'm going to go on to... Oh, and I'm going to use some chameleon paints on this one to get a shimmer. I'm going to love you and leave you. I've got to do this work. I'm going to go into my room for a bit. So if you go to where it says junk journals, and it's got, at the top it's got rooms. I will be in there, not for long. So thanks very much for your time, and I will see you tomorrow.